What do you think about the Jay-Z thing? Let's get ready to get out of here. Last 5 minutes. What do you think about the Jay-Z thing? Since you don't like LeVar Ball,
I don't like Puffy Knight.
I love LeVar Ball.
Puffy Knight, what does that mean?
LeVar Ball.
Expound.
All in the videos, all on the interviews.
I love LeVar Ball. He's the perfect compliment to
his son would have never got drafted second without him.
For damn sure.
Lonzo would have given. Lonzo might have been like 6 in that draft.
Let your son be your son. Stop trying to hold him.
You know what told me, didn't you? You want your son to get drafted second in the NBA?
No, I'm not. But I'm not gonna take his shine away. I'm not gonna use it as
much. No.
Stop making it. This is what I get tired of. All y'all.
He wouldn't have shine.
Excuses.
He has no personality.
Puffy Knight is an idiot.
Nick, he has no personality.
No, he does. He has the personality of that wall over there. I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
LeVar
but what I'm saying is this. No, Puffy Knight wanted to make the spotlight because he failed as an athlete. No, he didn't.
And he did.
No, he did.
He made his son.
He lived vicariously. They gave him 1-on-1.
Yeah, right, okay. Exactly, that kind of buffoonery. Anyway, you were saying about the Jay-Z stuff.
What do you think about Jay-Z deal with the NFL? Do you think that he betrayed Colin Kaepernick? I know you're a Jay-Z acolyte. You hate Dame Dash. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
This man been in my this man been in Hoops and Brews. Why you like Dame?
No, you was came up for lame Dash.
He called that man Dame a chatty patty. He called that man.
He is a chatty patty. He was a chatty patty. Come on, man. We ain't gonna deny it. How was he not?
If that's the case, Jay-Z was a chatty patty when he went on Rap Radar.
This man did not go on the Breakfast Club and say if a man talks about another man, he's a chatty patty, right?
Well, no, he said it. But
he said. Wait. Dame, to Dame's credit, have you watched that whole interview?
Yeah,
he specifically said, let's move on multiple times. He said, if you're asking me about my experience, we know about Jay. We know what Jay do.
Any other time, what does Dame say? Go ask that man about that. Don't
he
ask
said the
me.
Same thing.
Okay, but
he said, "What's the deal?" The dude he said, "What is the deal?"
But he still answered it, so that makes him a chatty patty. You can say no comment.
I disagree with that.
You can disagree with that.
If you being asked about it numerous times and they like,
you
have to answer it. That's like if me asking about if I ask about Tupac my dad and Glass, like let's just talk about basketball. If I ask Glass that 4 times, Glass I'm like, all right, they want to hear about Tupac my dad. Let's talk about something.
No, that's not entirely true. Because if I'm on the show with if I'm interviewing Glasses and I ask Glasses the same question 4 times and he tells me the same answer, like I don't want to talk about it, and then either he does one or 2 things. One, says no comment, it's the last time I'm gonna say that, or he gets up off the set and walks. Guess what? You don't have to answer that question. You choose to answer that question.
Or you just be a real nigga and be like, look, man, this is what it is.
Exactly.
You mad before, so here you go.
You have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice if you want to answer this.
He said, hey, y'all want to come and be a martyr? Come through.
Y'all act like the man was on the oath.
No,
y'all act like the man was on the oath.
It's not, but I'm asking you. But I'm asking you about the Jay-Z partnership.
I'm saying this. From the optics, I understand everybody. I understand everybody's understanding of what it looks like. Because what it looks like,
it looks like what it is. And I love that.
A business deal.
It's a business.
I said that. I said if you watch the video,
it's more about the money or the social justice.
We don't know.
It's about the money, G. Now some social justice may come in. It's about the money.
No, I'm saying social justice may come in, but we gonna negate the fact that Colin Kaepernick, who rightfully sued.
No.
Well, all right, let me finish.
We're not.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. We're not.
What is it called? It's not a lawsuit. What is it called?
It's not a lawsuit.
No, something else.
You know it was not a lawsuit. It was an arbitration.
There you go.
It was an arbitration. Arbitration lawsuit, 2 different things. Based upon the NFL's collective bargaining agreement, he cannot sue them. He can only take them to court for arbitration based upon the fact that
what did he do? And what did he do?
He took a settlement. It was all or nothing. It was all or nothing.
Okay. And so here's the thing. So if y'all work for a particular company and they collude against you, they do whatever.
No, you cause trouble.
No. Let's say you
cause some trouble. You cause some dollars.
Let's say that
because let's be honest.
But y'all are talking about mad crap. Y'all talking mad crap about the company, right? Like they did this to me. They did this to me.
Because let's be honest. Like let's not just blame the NFL because if I own the NFL and you cause trouble.
No, I'm talking about from their perspective. I'm saying what they're saying. I'm saying what Kaepernick and Eric Reid are saying.
So from the optics, based upon your.
So what I'm saying is this. So when you go and say, "Oh, this is wrong," they're about oppressing people. They about this, that, and the third. Okay, you take the settlement.
But this is my job.
Rightfully so. You take the settlement. Okay. So why you if this saying which ain't
but you
changed?
know the settlement wasn't about oppressing people. It was about him getting
keeping him out the
blackballed.
league.
Right,
It was about them blackballing.
Okay, so he got
protesting.
blackballed, but I'm talking about what he was verbally
So he really
saying.
only got paid for what he missed.
What he verbally saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you trying to go back to the same place that ain't changed that you said
Cause
that
I
was
want to get checked.
No, because then it was about money. Then that was also about money.
It's not just about money.
It was about the money.
Are we talking about everybody being about? All of them was about the money.
That's what I'm saying. So why you harping
money?
on Jay?
See, we don't want Hov to be about the money.
Why not? He's a businessman.
He's from Brooklyn. This is a white man mixed.
Exactly.
What does it matter? That's no relevance. That's no relevance to the matter.
If a white man do something capitalist, he's white.
He's white. Cap's mixed. He's white.
He's still. You got an 8 ounce of black blood. You black.
No,
his father was black. He's a black man.
Thank you.
It's not about that. The point about the whole thing.
Oh my God, y'all
I think black is an experience, so y'all can't ask me.
So
white people can be black sometimes.
I agree with you.
Okay, so
I don't think he's experienced. Listen, I'm not finna get on Cap because I don't want Nessa cussing me out. The point.
But what I'm saying is this. So it's about if it's okay for Cap and Eric Reed to get money, which they were about.
That was their job.
Okay, so why is it an issue? So why is it an issue?
Because that wasn't his job.
Colluded against him to oppress him while he was having a protest, which is an American right.
I'm not saying he didn't have a right to do it.
It's not like
I never said
he was protesting Muslim rights.
Let's focus.
We're talking about
but y'all finna have two different conversations.
No, it's not really about two different conversations.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying he didn't have a right. I was all for Cap having a right to do it.
But the lawsuit was, but the arbitration was about him.
But it was still a lawsuit. Whether you want to title it a certain particular way, it was still a lawsuit.
Yeah, but you know what happened? You know what happened in arbitration?
I know what I read the transcripts. I sat there and read the damn transcripts.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. If he could have opened up a can of worms against the NFL. He could have got way more than what he settled for, allegedly.
Yeah.
He chose to settle. So what I'm saying is this. If you know that this same corporation is going to be the same, it ain't changed. If anything, it may have gotten slightly worse.
So why your man's go partner with him?
So why you go?
So why your man's go partner with him?
That's not my man.
So why you?
my man.
No. So what's the problem? So what's the problem? So wait, if it was okay for him to take money, so if it was okay for him to take money,
it's their job. But
so
it's their job.
It
matter because it's like
if it's okay for them to take money, then why is it not okay?
I think everybody was okay
to take the money.
I don't think anybody did anything wrong. I think Cap has a right to be mad. I think Jay-Z has a right to go get all the money he want to go get.
What's the problem?
But let's be honest.
My thing was this: people.
Let's be honest.
Give me him and not give me the other one.
The problem is when you veil it underneath the veil, which if anybody know about a wedding, veiled it
underneath it. I just think like he embraced.
How?
If the press release,
they gonna ask me this shit 900 million fucking times. Like what you want me to say?
You know what you don't say? We passed kneeling.
In his mind, we are. In their mind, we not.
So when people say that Jay-Z is out of touch with what's really going on, you can't get mad at that.
But here's the
because we not past kneeling because they still killing niggas all the time.
Okay, so what's kneeling gonna do? What the fuck is kneeling gonna do?
It brought
Let me know.
No, what's the protest about?
Answer my question.
Nick,
answer my question.
What's the protest about?
What is kneeling gonna do? That's
what's the protest about?
Why don't we just say we shall overcome?
What's the protest about?
Why don't we just sing we shall overcome still?
What's the protest
about?
They was
doing that
back in the 60s. Why they ain't singing we shall overcome? Because niggas don't sing we shall overcome no more.
Why?
They kneel.
Because
and they get attention for kneeling. So when you kneel, you get attention for kneeling. Because nobody want to hear no fucking too fast shit.
Because it was new action, right? You gotta take your game up to another level, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The same thing with
so don't go against the people that's oppressing me inside the deal to get money.
Not gonna do nothing. You know why? You know why? Do you know why?
On the song, I need a Super Bowl. They don't need me. Then you help oppress me.
No, answer my question. Why are you doing all this wrong?
That's like saying,
answer the question. You know why kneeling is irrelevant? Because it's been made a mockery of by NFL owners doing that stuff.
It ain't been made a mockery.
It was a mockery.
How was it made a mockery when we still having the same discussion in regards to kneeling and about how it polarized? It was never a mockery
when you got NFL owners sitting there poking fun at it.
It was made a mockery when the white guy that owned the team and owned the business in which the guy was protesting not against the business, against systemic oppression. Then
so you gonna sit up here and tell me that Jerry Jones really cares about
Did he get blackballed? Yes
you gonna tell me that Jerry Jones
did Colin Kaepernick get blackballed?
Cares about
did Colin Kaepernick get blackballed? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Did Colin Kaepernick get blackballed?
I already answered that.
Did Colin Kaepernick get blackballed?
I already answered that question.
So it's not about that. It's about literally, I have a protest regarding something different.
Listen,
it's the same shit with OJ. That's like motherfucking if OJ. I'm sorry, not OJ. Muhammad Ali. It's like if Ali. If at the point in time when he was getting ready to fight Foreman and all that shit, Muhammad Ali going through all the shit he going through with the courts in regards to Vietnam and all the shit, Joe Lewis, Joe Frazier, etc. Joe Frazier go and the fucking boxing commission like, yeah, Muhammad Ali can't ever fight again because of all the shit that he doing, which was actually what was happening. He took it to Congress to make it not happen. He go to Congress and then Joe Lewis signed a league. He signed a deal with the boxing commission like, yeah, like everything's cool. Y'all like Vietnam? Vietnam is great for everybody. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Is that, wait.
Like,
so
what the
you're
fuck?
trying to equate.
I don't think that's like the same.
No, it is. It really is. Because Jay-Z was the same guy to say, they called me to the Super Bowl. Y'all need me, I don't need you.
He did. He did act like he was in support of the protest.
A million times. A million times. Bailing out protesters. So then don't go against me for $1. Don't go against everything I stood for. You commandeering my movement. That's bullshit.
How is it bullshit?
Because he's commandeering this man's movement.
So let me get this straight. So Dr. King compromised when he went to go sit with Lyndon B. Johnson about the Voting Rights Act in 1964?
That's a complete
No. That's not. No, it's not.
And he did say he did.
No, it's not.
What was Lyndon B. Johnson at that point in time?
And he did say he did.
Huh?
And he said he did.
What was Lyndon B. Johnson at that point in time?
He did compromise himself. And he said he regretted it.
He could have said he thought he regretted it. But what was Lyndon B. Johnson at the same point in time? People called Kanye a coon for going to meet with Trump to get people out of jail.
But what happened?
No.
He got the Voting Rights Act, right?
People called Kanye a coon for going to sit with Donald Trump. People called Kanye a coon for going to sit with Trump, though.
That was more important.
He felt that was what I'm saying. But what was the ultimate goal? To get black folks to vote?
No, it's not. That wasn't
at that time. I'm saying
that wasn't the ultimate goal, right?
No, I'm saying for that.
What's Jay's ultimate goal? What's Jay's ultimate goal with this move?
To get this coin.
What is it? You tell me.
This coin.
Come on.
I'm assuming to get this money.
You tell me.
To get this money, but he might do other things.
Thank you.
It's to produce the NFL's halftime Super Bowl. It's to produce the biggest concert in the world.
He might do some good in the process.
So this is my.
But he might do some good in the process. When Colin Kaepernick didn't risk his whole fucking job in his career. The only reason why he didn't get another deal was because and everybody loves to say, oh, well, he opted out. Everybody loves to say, well, Colin Kaepernick opted out of a bad deal. What did you do when you opt out of a deal that you don't think is favorable?
You act like this man was Drew Brees out there. That's not 100% true. That's not 100% true. Let's give it all the way to
Was he Vincent Testaverde, who just got signed by the Bucks today?
Man.
Was he Vincent Testaverde? Was he Vinny Testaverde's son?
Listen.
Value.
I'm gonna keep it all the way G with you.
Fuck out of here.
Listen.
Stop that shit.
Listen.
He
could be on the NFL roster right now, but he's not so. But look, listen, TPJ. Look, I got you. Look. He could be on the NFL roster right now, yes. But he's not so good that we can look past everything else you've done.
What did he do?
Other than utilize his rights for the league.
He devalued the league.
He didn't devalue the league.
And he opted out of a contract
Donald Trump devalued the league once he said those NFL players.
He's always
Donald Trump said those NFL players are sons of bitches. That's when the league got devalued.
Well, you were part of that.
Yeah.
That like he
the
said
president of America calling you and your coworkers sons of bitches because you protested. That's a part of the fucking oppression that's going on. So
I understand.
I feel you.
I don't know if that's the oppression.
I feel you, but same time, if that's Cam Newton, Cam Newton got a job still.
I don't think.
Eric Reed have a job.
Cam Newton got a job.
Eric Reed got a job.
He got a job. Cam Newton got a job.
Eric Reed got a job because it wasn't his protest. It was Colin Kaepernick's protest that
he. But G, we try to tell you like Cat was battling for a starting job. If you're battling for a starting job, that basically means
he was battling for a starting job.
That basically means like you want a friend anyway. We can replace a backup quarterback.
When? Talk to me.
And
NFL reporter. Talk to me.
Baltimore.
The paper wasn't good enough for him.
The Baltimore.
I heard they tried to offer. I don't know how true it is, but
this is what I do.
Go ahead.
There was a reporter that I know that works for Baltimore,
go ahead.
And he told me that
people offered him jobs.
Ray Lewis, when Ozzie Newsome was there, along with Steve Bisciotti, who's the owner.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis was trying to create a pipeline to get Kaepernick, back on the squad because they knew Joe Flacco was doing this. They knew that even before Lamar Jackson and all that. And we all four of us could see that. Okay. Everybody out there could see that.
Shout out to Joe.
So Nessa apparently said some things that were disparaging and kind of killed off the opportunity.
But I heard he had opportunities even in the
he had an opportunity with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I heard that.
He had an opportunity with the
I heard John Elway was like, John Elway was like, nah, that shit ain't fucking.
But you take a job where you're equally as comparable to the worst employee in the organization, but you're gonna take pennies on the dollar for what that employee in the organization.
He also had opportunity with the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll, who's known for giving people second chances.
I heard it was the paper too.
And it was the money, but at the same time, if your whole point is to get back in the league, you can make your paper.
It's like Dwight Howard. Like you wasn't Dwight Howard.
Yeah, but if you gonna give me pennies,
and think about it,
we watching it happen. We watching it happen right now.
Yeah, but if you got a platform on a dollar for what I can actually earn in this industry. Because you put a black mark on my name.
I'm not saying I'm not saying
it's not you put a black.
It's not so yeah, but that's what I'm saying about the whole shit. Hov been his main defender, so how you gonna go against that? He has been one of his main defenders. Hov has been one of the main defenders.
He has a.
Why did he do the Super Bowl then? Why did Jay-Z do the Super Bowl then?
Because they asked him second. He said.
That's bullshit. Come on, stop.
First of all,
that's what he said.
Why he called Travis Scott and tell that man not to perform the Super Bowl?
No, they tried to ask you. That's not what he said. He said you're not good enough. You shouldn't be nobody opening.
You should be nobody opening. You should be because you have the hottest.
When you get in front of 100 glasses, if I put you in front of 120 million people right now, you telling me they ain't gonna change your life?
I agree.
Exactly. Stop it.
But
that's what he said, though. That's what he said.
But if Glasses got the hottest shit on the streets, why should he become second fiddle?
Because all of the hottest artists
that ain't had
all of the hottest artists ever have went on that same platform and performed for free. So what make you think you different?
Because I'm the one that's drawing the crowd.
Every artist that's ever performed the Super Bowl performed for free.
Dude,
every artist that's ever performed the Super Bowl performed for free. So what make you think you different?
If I'm Travis Scott,
if you get 120 million people at one point in time, you wildin'. You wildin'.
I gotta be Malone.
Let me tell y'all something.
But I got the hottest thing in America.
Stop it. Stop buying exposure. You not selling me fame. Cash me out.
You getting cashed out.
No, you
when Bruno Mars performing the Super Bowl, his albums go to the #1 in iTunes.
And
if I can guarantee you, all your albums gonna go #1 on iTunes in the next 24 hours you perform this concert. You not gonna do it?
You better handle something. I need a check.
So what your check need to be look like then?
I don't know.
It's worth
spending money.
It's worth more than the millions you gonna make on iTunes from your sales.
I had it for years and years. What do they call it when they give you a little check just to spend every
advance?
No, it's not an advance.
Well, your mechanical.
Oh, better have my per diem better look nice.
I mean, you gonna get a rider. You gonna get your rider.
Per diem.
We gonna have to hit it. Well, you don't drink Hennessy. We gonna have a Fiji water in there for you.
And where's Randy Moss straight cash, homie?
Come on, man.
All I'm saying, this is y'all
wildin'. There's been a million white artists that have performed on that same platform for free and generated millions of dollars of income off of it. Let's not act like if you get money, you get billions of dollars.
But it wasn't the money.
Also, I've talked to my homie about it. I wasn't the money. It wasn't about black artists. It's been 17 black artists performing in the new millennium at the Super Bowl. But when Rock Nation announced a partnership because we need diversity in the Super Bowl. Since when? Like Missy Elliott didn't play the Super Bowl. Like Travis Scott didn't play the Super Bowl. Like Bruno Mars, who's Polynesian, didn't play the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Well, they have
like Michael Jackson didn't have the Super Bowl.
Like Janet Jackson.
Exactly. Stop it. Like
this is the point.
If we talking about $1, he went and got the $1. It's cool, but don't act like he doing some fucking community service for going to get $1. We know. Exactly. We know. It's about $1. And if he want to be a shrewd businessman,
what it's gonna do.
Huh?
I'm not saying he wasn't about the money. I'm saying.
And everybody love to be like, fuck Cap. Cap didn't have no plan. Cap donated $1 million to charity when he didn't have a job.
Oh, I never said that.
But him not having a job, he made more money now than he did ever playing.
I mean, he got.
That's right.
He still had a Nike deal. Like
he made more money.
He got a Nike deal 3 years in this protest.
His donations, though, you gotta think, dog. This dude getting real whole different.
Where he getting donations from? If you own a charity, you can't take the donations and put that in your pocket.
No, it works a lot different than that. Trust me about this. I know about nonprofits. They are very profitable. The NFL's a nonprofit.
Cap is straight.
Yep.
Cap is
don't
straight.
realize that.
Cap is straight.
You know what I said?
I heard you.
The NFL's a nonprofit.
I heard.
Yeah.
Cap is straight until he's not straight. And you remember
Cap is
that's
fine.
all I gotta say about it.
Cap is gonna
leave it alone. I got to say about it. I feel
Cap
like
is fine. Please.
The way I feel about
Cap ain't struggling.
So let me say this, right? Let me say this.
He ain't struggling.
I never agreed with Cap's protest. I never thought that was. I told you this.
Yeah,
I never agreed. I never agreed with that, right? Yeah. And the reason I didn't agree with it, right, was because in today's time of social media, now it's not fair for me to say this because I could do it, but I'm not with that. I'm on a different accord. But I always felt he could have went to the police station. You could put on your Instagram, meet me at the police station. We're gonna protest police brutality, and kept that shit away from your job. Right? But you use your job's platform and the benefits of a whole bunch of other people, this is how they make money, right? To actually for your own cause. And maybe for some of these players' cause, or maybe some of them, or maybe it's for my cause in the streets, right? But you could do the same thing and get the same coverage outside without the uproar. But I'm not mad at it. Everybody got a right to express themselves how they see fit. But when you start fucking with the money, then you gotta deal with the consequences. That's why I won't sign a record deal now, because I know I'm gonna fuck with the money and I don't want to deal with none of their consequences. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it and deal with it the way I want. Right? Now, as far as Hov, this is a real painful conversation because Hov is a nigga I really look up to.
Me
like,
too.
Hard, you feel me?
That's why I feel the way I feel about it.
Exactly. So my thing is, I've always felt like, right, in mind state, people are capitalists.
Yeah.
And I think capitalists are the enemy of being black. It's the capitalists of black people's nature. And I think no matter how I slice it, and me and Nick was talking about this, right? We had a long conversation about this, and I'm telling him, if you slight the movement of 300,000 people, if you slight their faith, if you slight their hope, right? If you slight their hope, right? Just for the benefit of 300. Let's say if, like you in Brooklyn, right? And all of these people get kicked out of their houses because y'all trying to build a stadium in Brooklyn, right? And you take the profits of that and go bail out 400 people out of jail. Does that really matter when it comes to the rest of the people?
Because that 300 people could be you affecting like 6 degrees separation. Everybody you touch, you within 6 degrees of somebody else. I ain't never met Dr. Dre, but I'm within 6 degrees of Dr. Dre because I'm sure you didn't met Dr. Dre before, right? So that means you look at it from a microcosm as 300 people, but it's really affecting thousands of people based upon that one decision.
I agree, Hulk can take the finances of it all and do cool things.
And I'm cool if Jay would have just signed a deal with NFL, was like, yo, Jay Rock Nation and Jay gonna produce the Super Bowl halftime, you wouldn't heard shit from me.
That's why I said.
But it's when you announce that deal and then underneath the deal as a B point, you're like, and it's gonna be a social justice thing. But the thing you sell to the media is the B point when really it's about the A point. I'm cool with that. I didn't work in entertainment. I didn't get actors on HBO. I didn't get actors on Emmy nominated shows. I didn't work with YouTubers. I didn't deal with the biggest of the biggest people making $100,000 a month off YouTube videos, all kind of shit. If you gonna make money, make your money. But don't be like, I'm gonna make my money, but like I'm really doing this for social justice when you really just making money. And that's why I feel the veil of all of it lies, and that's the problem I got.
But that's the thing that a lot of black, but that's a lot of things. I've had this conversation with Charlamagne as what black capitalism the issue is.
Yeah.
It's a contradicting idea. Black people by nature are social people. We're for each other.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody step out for themselves, it's a very weird sight, and you know it. It's everything we feel because.
But is it only a weird sight when they step outside of themselves, when it's literally hurting the very thing that they stand for?
Listen, reality is not gonna really hurt you.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna hurt us.
I mean, mentally, a lot of people might lose some hope and faith and lose their whole stick. We look a lot less together. That's my biggest problem. So you're right.
He literally took the black community and split it in half.
But
why can't you just like understand both sides? Like, yo, okay, he did this, and I still rock with him. Why you got to be like, oh, fuck Cap to side with Jay-Z?
Because this is the difference. Not in terms of actuality, but in terms of based upon the industry that we are in today. We had a conversation about gangster rap earlier before the show, and you talked to me about how you a gangster rapper and you do what you do and you a gangster rapper. You rapping about to bring conversation and other things that go beyond the realm of that, right?
Sure.
So that's what you do in the context of that particular thing, right? If Hov was just doing this to make a business deal, I'm cool with it. But why is it that you feel you need to market it with social justice? No, this is the thing. He never had to mention Colin Kaepernick's name.
They asked him about it.
It don't matter. We just had a conversation where he just literally told me if they ask you about it 4 times, you can get up and walk off.
Come on,
you know why he didn't?
Get up and walk
because he was doing it because it was a good promotional public relations opportunity that backfired on him, and that's why we have this conversation.
I don't believe for 2 seconds it backfired him.
It did.
I know 100%.
He did 100%.
He knew 100% what was going on.
When has Jay-Z had negative press since he stabbed somebody in the club?
His whole career. He's the first drug dealer rapper.
But when has he had negative press from us?
But look at what it's done.
His whole career.
But look at what it's done. Who won this battle?
Never.
You know who won this battle? The NFL.
And why did they
win this battle? No.
Because of Jay-Z.
No. You can't put all the blame on Jay-Z because look, like he said earlier, you got black folks that's saying, oh, F this dude over here because they don't stand for what I stand for. Or F this person over here because they don't stand for what I stand for. No. But what I'm saying is we got away from the agenda at hand, which was social injustice. right? Because you don't even hear Eric Reed still talking about the social injustice. You have Eric Reed defending Kaepernick and going against Jay-Z.
Against who? Why? Was Jay-Z in this conversation before he interjected himself into it about money? No, he was not.
That is why. If you're focused on the task at hand, then it doesn't matter.
Because if I'm Eric Reed and I just let Jay-Z comment in my friend's movement,
so you gotta comment 5 different times on 5 different days.
You wanna know why? Because my friend ain't got a fucking job. If I'm with glasses and glasses ain't got a job and I got a job,
Eric Reed should be mad.
If I say
Eric Reed and Cap should be mad.
He should be mad.
Jay-Z should also own a team. And I think we should both look at both sides.
I'm cool with that, but don't say you a part of my movement.
But I've been saying this from the first start.
But
it never had legs.
It
didn't.
What did it do? Donated to all these charities.
I don't care about you donating to charity. I don't care about all that. Let's talk about real
things. They don't know their rights when they get arrested.
I don't care about you. You fuck is your rights. What the fuck do rights got to do with anything?
Because if you know
the rights, it means nothing.
They can still shoot you.
That's not a real life problem.
It's not.
It's about real problem.
I can know all my rights. They can shoot the fuck out of me still. It don't matter.
You getting me tied and get for a business application is not fixing white supremacy. You teaching me right is not fixing white. It's not.
No, it's not. You know why I disagree with that? Because Hov on 99 Problems. Hov on 99 Problems. In the back of my car, truck
full of raw. If the officer wanted to shoot the man, he can still shoot the man.
No, but that's not the point. But that's not the point. Excuse me, I didn't pass the bar, but I know my shit to know that you want to legally search my shit.
He can't stop them from searching.
He can't stop him from searching this goddamn shit.
But the reason why he didn't get searched was because he knew his rights. So when he knew his rights,
he did not get searched.
When he knew his rights and he said, "Yo, y'all can't go into my truck without a warrant." The officer like, "Yo," the officer like, "Yo, I'm finna call whatever." Boom, we get a call in the middle because I'm calling whoever to get the proper protection for me to go and stand in your car.
Until you get a cop who legit don't give a fuck.
But that's not every cop though. That's the problem cops got with parts of the movement.
No, that's not the problem with the cops. That's if you know your rights and you encounter a cop. If a nigga don't search your trunk because you tell him the rights, he's not even a racist cop. He's just. That means he's fair.
But why would he do that though? If you know your rights, if you know your rights, that's why that happens.
We're not talking about the intelligence.
But that's what Cap is talking about. That's my point.
That's white people talking.
But you telling me he didn't have no conversation? He didn't have a plan.
We didn't say that.
I'm telling you the plan.
We're not. That's not a real plan. That's not a problem of black people, dog.
So educating people ain't a plan. Educating black people ain't a plan.
Dog, we way deeper. We way deeper. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And this is
never mind. Hov is right. I'm done.
It's not Hov is right. It's not. It's not none of that, right? Let's talk about what's really wrong with black people. That's a real conversation. It ain't because they don't know their rights. That ain't the problem. Dog, we just don't got no opportunities. It goes into way deeper than rights. Feel me? You can know. That's all it is.
Knowing your rights not gonna stop racism.
That's not. So if somebody don't like, if they just search Hov Trump because he was like, I know my rights, and they was like, you know what, you know your rights. Let me back up off you. That nigga is a just nigga. Because they just search my shit whether you know your rights.
What are police officers by nature supposed to do?
Suppose it's not
serve
what
and
real
protect.
life is though.
Yes, but again, but to have a job title, that's like sometimes the pizza man is supposed to be in 30 minutes. It don't always work out.
The point but it's a difference between a pizza man.
Sometimes he should.
But it's a difference between a pizza man and a police officer, though.
I mean, I get what
it's
a job. It's a job title.
It's a job title.
I get what you're saying, but y'all make a valid point.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm saying
if that's the only point that we gonna be fucked up anyway, because we still gotta enforce the police.
But you talking about black culture. This is my problem. This is my problem.
We had a conversation before the show about fuck the police. What was your conversation about fuck the police?
Listen, if I have one problem with Hov, my partner Sticks, they're having problems with black people at, like, if black people could be at the level 10, like white people, right? They're having solutions for black people at 6. That's not the majority of black America. Fixing 6 problems at 6 and 7, right? Where you don't know your laws.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the people who just don't have a job.
But it starts with you not knowing your laws.
No, it doesn't. It does not start there. No, you can't even get to, like,
if them little
kids, that's way up
Central Park 5 got arrested and they knew they laws, they would have never fabricated lies about them doing something that they knew they didn't factually do.
They didn't know they get a public spending. You ain't got no money for the lawyer.
This is what it is. This is what it is. It's about economic and political power, and we don't have.
Well, it starts off with economical power.
It's the socio-economic,
and that's my issue with. And that's my only issue.
If you don't change the
and that's why I'm happy that Jay-Z did the shit. Why? Because at least we got a nigga to sit at the table, G.
I don't want a nigga to sit at the table. I don't care about one nigga. Ain't never helped a lot of people in life.
It ain't.
Not
but
one
still,
it ain't been a rich nigga.
But you have to have something.
Then I want Diddy to go get a team.
I don't give a fuck about them owning a team. That don't mean one rich nigga don't help the movement.
You got to change the social economic conditions.
But it's not. It might help 100. We got once gentrification happening. You can't get no job. You got to go where it's cheaper.
No, I understand that. But in the process of doing that, I'm kind of anchoring. I'm backpacking. Sure. When you do that, and nobody comes in there that looks like you, for example, or looks like you, or looks like you, or whoever, it breaks up the political grid. So when you're breaking up the political grid, the dollars that are coming back are supposed to be coming back in these neighborhoods like they did in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and part of the 70s. Now that gets broken up. So you have the Hispanic population starting to move in. You have the white population either moving in or taking the land and leaving it vacated so the value depreciates. So now you have less economic opportunities. The schools are run down because the money's not coming into the school system. So here comes the educational part that TP was talking about, as far as not being educated properly, like the people in the West Valley or the people that are in Rolling Hills or Palos Verdes or someplace like that. So now all that is a ripple effect. That's why I said the social-economic conditions, and I agree with G on this aspect.
Basic human needs.
You have to address the socio-economic conditions.
And that's the point.
But I agree.
But at the same time, we allowed ourselves, those of us that stayed in those neighborhoods, to give up the political juice that we had from the 60s and the 70s.
But that was all generated from the fact that you had economics and you could focus. You wasn't distracted by simple human needs.
Well, like you were distracted.
Detroit, and at that time, Detroit could move. They had simple human needs in the 50s, 60s, and the 70s.
But we still had the same needs, but we went.
No, we didn't. We don't have those now. We didn't have them in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We had jobs. We had careers. That's the one thing why I question. That's the one thing why I question.
I'm saying as far as we have the same issues as far as us not being educated and not being responsible.
But that wasn't what was going on in the 50s.
We were responsible. Yeah. We were more responsible.
No. Because you know why? Our simple human basic needs were met.
Right. But what I'm also saying is that has to start happening. And what I'm saying is, when you give up that political power and you give up that when you give up that economic power, it changes the whole landscape.
We didn't give up the social economic power.
You did give it up.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Nobody came. Like you said, some folks had to move because they couldn't afford the situation.
That's why everybody moved. Nobody wanted to move out of them houses. Nobody wanted to move to Palmdale.
Some folks wanted to move because the troubles of the 80s started coming in.
That's because the troubles of the 80s came because nobody.
And they wanted to get away from quote-unquote riffraff that looked like them.
I'm telling you, that happened with the 80s because people didn't have. That's the only reason you had gangs. You only have these issues when you have basic human needs. This is not happening in neighborhoods where people got money. It ain't no gangs in Baldwin Hills.
It really ain't.
When people have social human needs met, you don't need these things to create a false sense of value.
You got plenty.
Oh yeah,
right? You don't have a false sense. You don't need to create value. Gangs were to create value for people. All we trying to do as human beings is create value for ourselves.
Can I ask you an honest question as a gang member? I got a cousin. No, for real. I got hella cousins. No, for real. I got hella cousins as gang members, and I always had this conversation, but I don't feel like they are the intellects enough to be able to contextualize gang life as well as just be able to contextualize their thoughts in a proper manner, right? You say that that's the only way, or that's like the life that you have, but is it more so just about? And I don't know. I've heard hella guys from the West Coast that they kind of rapping that's in your circle and stuff talk about life on the West Coast and being in different hoods and you walk a block. This is a new hood, all that kind of stuff. Is it really just about the social conditioning and where you grow up in and the hoods, or is it actually about the systemic oppression? That's my question.
But that's all economic. Systemic oppression is based off economics. Yeah. Everything is based off economics.
Yeah, but my question
is slavery that created the racism known in this country is based off of economics, capitalism, being greed, wanting to own people.
Yeah.
The desire to own people.
But I'll put it this way, right? I've heard rappers talk about flocking and shit like that and other stuff like that.
Burglary.
Or right? Is that
cat burgers.
Cat burgers or whatever. But like,
they make it sound cool though. It's like cat burgers.
I mean,
flocking sound so much better. I always tell my
but still, but is part of that. And don't get me wrong, I'm from 89th and Morgan, Chicago, 47th, in the Dan Ryan, 54th and Wabash. Feel free, go back and look it up. I grew up in the hood. And I know about it. Like I said, I have my homies and my cousins that went one way, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. But it's like, my mentality growing up was always like,
I keep telling you.
No. But I'm saying, you said that you think that I'm just smarter than people, right?
It's not smarter.
Or smarter, more intellectual.
You have the ability to
I be taking what I'm doing and doing a bunch of negative shit with it, but I don't do that. I could be doing some nefarious ass shit.
You have something up there.
You gotta realize you like, bro.
That's my question. Like, is it just about the social standards of where you live, or is it about the mentality of it?
I'm gonna tell you, this is a real story, right? And this is about one of my big homies. And I don't talk about it publicly, but it's funny because it's true. My big homie Mad Dog from 117th Street. Shout out to Mad Dog, right? Mad Dog grew up just like Mad Dog, Pluck, Shady Moon. They all grew up the same way. They both from Watts. Wasn't a ton of economics. Feel me? They made themselves. They was gonna make something out of themselves. They was gonna make a name for themselves. You was gonna know they existed in this world. They would hang out, drink, feel me, cause havoc, hustle, whatever they had to do to make something of themselves. Whatever it took. You wasn't gonna bully them. You was gonna go out. You was gonna see they was men. That's all it is. Mad Dog got my two older homies in trouble. Feel me? They went to prison. He stayed home. Came home. He still drinking, hanging out every day. And I watched this version of him hanging out, drinking. He got a job driving cement trucks. At the time, that was considered a good career. You got paid. Feel me?
I mean, he still did, right?
He slowly, right? So he have a family. He went from hanging out every day to hanging out 3 days a week. Drinking, not drinking as much, to 1 day a week. I ain't seen Mad Dog in 5 years. If I could give these niggas a career that paid them $5,000-$6,000 a month, just that, ain't even that much money, $5,000-$6,000 a month.
Oh, you're right.
You would never see these niggas again. My homie Ron, shout out to Ron. What up, man? My boy Maybach. Ron, we grew up the same way. He a little younger, hustling. We doing this. His family was, some of his parents was on drugs. They went through some things. They even fixed their life, right? So we did all this. I feel it. So we used to hang out every day in the hood. Ron got a job, a career, made good money, $4,000 or $5,000. Bought him a house in Compton. He's not hanging out. This is only something to make something of ourselves. This is gangbanging. Ain't this horrible thing? It's friends coming together to make something of themselves, to let the world know they exist to the best of their ability.
So my question is, and obviously based on your examples, it seemed like at a certain point it dropped off. So is it just about?
It's not a certain point.
But that's part of.
It's when the economic opportunity comes to make something of themselves.
Yeah, that's just where it is.
Everybody.
But does everybody accept that though? As someone who, like I said,
it's always gonna be one nigga, but we not talking about the one nigga who not gonna take it out of the 10 niggas or the 2 niggas who not gonna take. We talking about what would it be like if 2 niggas was thugging? If it wasn't 200 niggas thugging? You think it? So my point I'm saying to you is, dog, I'm not mad at what Hov is doing. Hov is a capitalist. He about his coin, and just like Nick saying, and the reality is in NFL he gonna do something, and NFL is gonna do some positive things in the name of black people. That's gonna happen, right? Kaepernick, right? He's gonna do his deal with Nike, which still is the same as doing the deal with the NFL, right? He's gonna do some positive things with black people, right? He's gonna teach some niggas that know their rights. He's gonna do this, that. That's cool. Let's get down to the real problem in our real community. The fact that we don't have economic opportunities to make something of ourselves. We don't have that available. It's not there. It's warehouses, like he said, in Watts and Compton. But the same people who've been having them jobs for 56 years, when they was just all white, these towns still work there. They kids, they pass the job down to their kids. Nobody I know works on Alameda and Watts. Nobody. No, all these jobs. We talking about hundreds of jobs, enough jobs to service that community. They pass them jobs down to their kids. So when they get their jobs, that's why if you in Compton, right, and you driving up to 91 and you get to Alameda where the Fridays at, if you go around 12 and 3-4, it's traffic leaving Compton crazy. Ain't nobody going to work. Niggas getting off, driving to their house in Lakewood.
They going to work.
Niggas driving to their house in Lakewood. Niggas driving down to Paramount. Driving to Paramount. All these factories.
Nissan, all of them in there.
And I'm trying to tell you, that's because our people are not in control of it. So my thing for Hov, my thing is for Oprah, my thing for any of these capitalist people, right, who provide entertainment. Bro. If you not passing brother's career. If you Kaepernick, you don't got the money. The reality is, I'm gonna be a super buck. I never said this before in public. Hov don't got the money.
He don't.
All this shit is all these niggas are selling wealth. Oprah don't got the money.
Yeah.
Oprah don't got the money. All these people selling wealth.
We wouldn't have an opportunity to offer you something that's gonna be great for you and polarize black people if we don't have more than you have.
That's how we look at it. So the reality is, until we get to the real problem, until these people decide that we really want to deal with what's going on in our community, the simple shit. So we could talk about rights and ties and suits and jobs, the white jobs that people ain't gonna hire your stupid ass. We could teach rights to kids when the police in the first place ignoring your simple human right to live. They ignoring that. So fuck all the other shit. Feel me? They ignoring your human basic right to live. Let alone your rights in this state
to live.
To
bro.
live.
To live.
They shooting your ass down because in reality it's our fault because we not police. Because our community don't raise police. That's the solution.
100%.
That's the solution. The solution 100%. Until we literally figure out how we're going to exert ourselves into America. No different than Asian people hiring Asian people. Because again, that's kind of racist. But you have
Asian. I'm
saying Asian is so. I'm saying it's racist in the sense that I keep saying Asian, but
it's not racist.
Japanese, Chinese people, they have little Tokyo, they have Chinatown. Everybody creates their own shit. Until we decide that that's what it is. So I can't be. The reality is, at this point, I can't be mad at Ho because he's doing the same thing Kaepernick is doing. And I really know at the end of the day, the economics they're talking about, feel me, is not real. They don't have them, and that's why they have to do deals like this. I'm gonna tell you, a white man wouldn't do a deal like this.
I agree. That's why I got a problem with it.
But again,
I done worked in the industry too long to know how it works.
But again, at the end of the day, we still talk about entertainment. It's the reason we look at R. Kelly. Because we allow entertainment to become real life, and they programming us with this conversation, and that ain't what it's about. So until literally we get down to the simple human needs of our culture, because that's 80% of the problem. We can't even talk about not knowing rights. We can't even talk about what the NFL message is going to be to black people. Nobody give two fucks. Listen, basic human rights create value. Value will change. You can actually learn something once you have value. Not just you out of your whole neighborhood and homies that came up. You somehow was able to, like, man, it's more. Niggas don't believe it's more. You know what I mean? Niggas ask me.
Nah, bro, for real.
Yeah, I feel
you got something. Nick got something. Y'all are intelligent. Y'all have something to start with, bro.
Yeah, I just hope, like I said, I just hope that even if I'm not the guy, I can be the guy that sparks the change. But I got one last quick question for you.
Brother.
Yes, sir.
You rapped on Lupe Fiasco's Chopper. Lupe Fiasco is my favorite rapper of all time.
It's my boy.
Now, the reason why I was surprised when I first met you that you didn't drink or you didn't smoke, because in that verse, you was basically talking about, like, I think you got a bar in there, like, stripper pole in my daughter's room, but I'm gonna kill my daughter if she twerk. Like some shit like that.
Because that's our mentality.
But that's why I was about to bring that up, because even when we bookmark it, the whole Tupac Must Die thing we started in the beginning, after you said that to me when we was on set, we was just like talking, he's like, yeah, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I never did nothing. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's a real lyricist, because he's painting pictures from different perspectives and different things. Is that really what that was about?
It wasn't.
I've been literally wanting to ask you this since I met you, but the first time I was like, I'm gonna be chill, I don't want to be a fan and like that. But like,
no,
literally,
that was
I fuck with Lupe. Lupe is my favorite rapper ever. So like,
that's a good choice.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's dope. Shout out Free Chili.
Yeah, I saw him. He had a post earlier about cocaine being legal in Mexico. He was like, I got selfish reasons. I was like, we all, if you from the crib, you really know why.
You
know why. Free Chili. Go listen to that song on Fahrenheit 101 or 9/11 or whatever. Fahrenheit.
The song just talked about, really, that verse was about our conditions.
Okay.
I mean, what I got from the hook is that feeling of like where we trying to make something out of ourselves to where even with a county check, we trying to buy filet mignon. We trying to buy with food stamps. Yeah. Like we want a taste of value because we associate people eating filet mignon with success. So
I agree.
To me, when
I feel great about myself.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy because it's just really a steak. And it's really a flavorless steak.
It's fucking food.
It's a horrible flavorless steak actually. It's actually fucking the worst pizza steak in the world to me. Like you got to wrap bacon around it to give it some flavor because there's no fat.
I almost prefer a T-bone.
I'm a ribeye guy, but the point I'm saying is the whole verse itself, right? The whole verse itself is just about our condition, how we're trying to make something.
Okay.
Feel me? For real, like we set these standards where it's like stripper pole in my daughter's room, but I'm a stripper pole in my room, but I'm gonna kill my daughter if she twerk. I'm gonna kill my daughter if she twerk. Miley Cyrus and that bullshit, but a real nigga can't judge. That's what Billy Ray had to deal with.
Yeah.
Feel me? And that's what it is. I've been to projects an Imperial Course with all white carpets and perfect white rooms and all mirrors on the wall, like beautiful apartments in the projects. Because that's how bad we want to make something out of our life, and we want people to look at us and be proud they know us and admire us and be something. And we're gonna do it in all conditions. But it's the responsibility of the more intellectual people to not just care for themselves. That's why I'm saying I'm not with people saying, "Oh, Martin Luther King died broke." Martin Luther King didn't die broke, and Malcolm X didn't die broke.
No, they had the people.
Economics do not create value for nobody. These motherfuckers wasn't evicted out their house.
Yeah, I want to be remembered past making $1. If the kids in the world remember me today, I don't give a fuck about.
And I respect that everybody.
When I die, my money in the grave.
And I think a lot of black capitalism is driven off of trauma.
Man.
Feel me? You don't want your kids to grow up like you, so you feel like I need to make all this money so my kids never have to experience this. Like, nigga, the first 10 million of your kids was never going to have to experience this. What you need the other 990 million?
This something I say to people, but I never tell. Like, my mom told me her number one goal for her life was to make sure that I wasn't raised as she was raised, and she was raised in the projects. And she was raised in the projects on 48.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Why we have basic needs. Like most of the people I know, dog, that got kids, the homegirls. Dog, they kid be like, I'm just get my kid through high school and make sure they don't go to jail.
That's my mama. That was my mama. That was my mama.
Like, that shouldn't be what you saying.
Yeah.
Like, make sure they don't go to jail should not be in that sentence.
Right.
Bro, that's really.
But that's really like
something through high school.
High school. That's high school. I want to get you to be 18 and not
and
go to
then
jail.
you get there and you be like, hello.
That's it. Yeah, you be like,
and it's not their fault, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Our distraction level is so high. Our basic needs are so that we like, if I could just meet my basic needs for 18 years of this little nigga's life.
Yeah,
I can meet.
That's why I mean.
So I don't want to talk about no motherfucking rights, because if you tell this cracker, "Oh, I know my rights," first I gonna fuck you up. Oh, I know my rights. You can't. Get your bitch ass out the car. I wouldn't be teaching motherfuckers that. I'm like, listen, if I'm you, I'm gonna be cool. Let the man do what he gonna do. Check if you got some in your car.
But we've been teaching that to each other for black people for a whole century.
Well, no, we haven't.
We have. No, when a white man pull you over, be quiet, look down, say yes sir, no sir, try to make it out loud.
I don't give a fuck about the white man, the black man. If a motherfucker,
police really don't have a.
If you pay a motherfucker to keep order, if you pay a motherfucker to keep order, let that motherfucker keep order as best as he can. Feel me? And you deal with all. Like when I would go to jail, somebody did me wrong, cause I'm gonna just go to jail and all that, and then deal with it after that. I'm not finna challenge this motherfucker with this gun right now.
I feel it.
That's like a nigga cussing me out at this door. I'm finna kill you right here. Niggas cussing me out, I got a gun. I'm not even finna voice my opinion right now. It's all on you, partner.
You got this.
It's all you, partner.
You got it, bro. You got it.
And on that note, it's been Hoops and Brews. This is the longest episode of Hoops and Brews history. Thank you, Nick Hamilton. Thank you, Glass Some Love, for coming through. We appreciate you guys, man.
Milestone.
We appreciate it. Much love. Go ahead, get your plugs in so we can get out of here.
Man, I'm Googling. Glass Some Love.
Exactly. Shout out to Mr. Fab.
Nick Hamilton, LA on all
right, man.
platforms.
It's your boy TPJ, Real TPJ. It's been Pavy. You know what it is.